What's up, y'all? It's your girl ZZ back with another video. I do appreciate y'all tuning in. Y'all some real ones for rocking with the realists. First things first, make sure y'all follow me on the gram. I hope I'm doing it on the right side. Last time I did it was on this side, I think, but then I switched it. I don't know. Anyway, follow me on the gram. Follow me on Instagram. I mean on X, Twitter, whatever it is. But today's video is going to be kind of a reaction, because I actually meant to react to this on live like a week or so ago. I'm kind of late on this, so I'm not even about to drag it and do like a full reaction. I'm gonna play a little bit of the clip because I'm sure y'all have seen it. So I'll just play a little bit of it, because this thing did go super viral. A lot of replies were to it. So if you didn't see hers, you might have seen somebody said shit, whatever the case may be. But I'm sure you get the gist of the video. Basically, let me go ahead and pull her up right quick. This young lady is a ballerina instructor. She teaches, like, I think she said in the range of like 5-year-olds. And she's up here basically ranting about her problems that she has, the behavior issues she has with the children she teaches, and the, like the backlash she gets from the parents, or the lack of support, should I say, and the lack of parenting, or bad parenting, should I say, whatever you want to look at it. From the parents that she's observed as well, okay, and how that's affected her job, how that's kind of made it harder for her, and just kind of some of the concerns she's had about the children and their development with all the issues that she's bringing up. So I'm gonna play a little bit of it, like I said, and then I'll just kind of go into my views on it, because I'm really just using this as a to go into the bigger topic of what she's talking about, which is, children being sexualized, the lack of parenting, or the new age parenting that's going on now, the new age teachers that we have now, younger teachers, things of that nature, and how that's affected the children. So let's see.
10 students. They don't respect any authority. You ask them, can you stand in your designated spot? They're telling you no and shut up. They're throwing things at each other. They're throwing things at other people, other classmates. You say, can everybody sit in their spot? I don't want to. I'm not doing that. You don't get to tell me what to do. You're not my mom. You confront the parent. The parent tries to argue with you and fuss at you because you tried to reprimand and redirect their kid. I told a young little girl, please sit in your spot. You're not my mom. You don't tell me what to do. Okay. When her mom came to pick her up, I said, hey, your daughter's having a hard time following instructions. And 7 times today, I've had to redirect her to just sit in her spot. Well, clearly she didn't want to sit. And mind you, this is a mom. Clearly she didn't want to fucking sit right there. So, I mean, if she's telling you she don't want to do something, why keep asking her to do it? You know she's not going to do it. What world do we live in?
Like, girl, I don't know. This new age world. It's egregious outrage, everything between. I'm gonna fast forward a little bit just so I can understand what she was saying a little bit more. She talks about that. She also hits on a couple of things.
Bad. Well, at least she was in the class. At least. It's all these excuses. Y'all come in and you're more worried about what's going on your Instagram and TikTok feed versus being a parent. Be a fucking parent. You guys are horrible fucking parents. Like, I'm sorry to say it, but this generation of some of the mom, not all, but majority that I've dealt with kids that are between the ages of 5 and 4 and 3, you guys don't parent your children at all. They have no basic comprehension skills. They can't sit still. No attention span. They're hitting people. They can't talk. They can't communicate. They don't even know how to say, like, I want to go to the bathroom. If you ask them a question, they're rude, nasty, horrible attitudes at 5, and they kids. What are you guys literally doing with your kids? Because I have never in my life experienced something so horrible. I literally don't even want to teach ballet to you guys' kids anymore because they are so hard to work and deal with. And I literally see why the teachers are quitting.
Hold up, I'm trying to get to this part.
And you're saying, well, what the fuck did the little bitch do to my daughter to make her want to hit? Nothing. Literally nothing. You're wants to hit. What parents are shitty moms? And it needs to be. Don't say, you don't have to listen to anyone unless they're me. Your kids are so horrible, and it needs to be a change.
All right.
Approve and applaud bad behavior. At least it's all these excuses.
All right, it's a part up here where she was talking about the kids listening to like hypersexual music or like Sexy Red more specifically. So I wanted to get into that, but I could just talk about it, whatever. So yeah, as you can see, she was highly upset, and I think justifiably so, to be honest. I'm not a teacher. I don't have children. But for those of you who have been following me, I know I got plenty of nieces and nephews, and I live with 2 of them. I've been around kids a very long time. Let me just say that. Okay, my oldest niece is 11. I've got younger cousins. I've been around kids. I've been around kids for a long time. Okay, I know a little something about children. Let me just say that. But before I get to that aspect, that's just to say that I can relate to her frustration, and that's why I'm like, I understand. And one, I peep what she's talking about with these parents. Like, I completely agree, if I'm being honest. You know, a lot of these mothers, if we talking about, she's talking about mothers in more particular, but I see some issues with the fathers as well, or similar issues with the father as well. But we're gonna stick to the mothers just because that's who she was really complaining about. These mothers out here are really allowing some of these children to raise themselves. Some of these women out here are in complete denial about their behavior, their child's behavioral issues, and the ones that aren't are basically make excuses for them, like she says, because one, they do tell that some of these mothers do tell their children, "Oh, you ain't got to listen to nobody. If they ain't me, they ain't your mama." So they do. These children real walk around with these attitudes, like, I ain't got to listen to nobody but my mama. Or 2, they're scared of their mothers. Like, some of these women are borderline fucking abusive, if we just being real. And the children only behave because they're scared of the mothers. But when they get around other people, they don't feel that sense of fear they have with their mothers. So they don't associate that with respect. They only associate respect with fear, which they have for their mother. And so if I don't fear you, if you don't scare me, then I don't really gotta respect you. I don't gotta listen to you. You know. And so that plays out in so many different ways. That's why I wasn't even a little bit shocked when she told me, even when she said that, when she told me, I'm like the girl told me, hey girl. But when she said that she was dealing with 5-year-olds, that she's dealing with these issues at 5, I'm not surprised, because I've seen this on the internet. I've seen this happen, play out in real life. Children that have similar issues. Like, not my niece and nephew. We ain't doing that shit over here. But I have seen this play out, where these children can get highly disrespectful towards their teachers or towards like their instructors. Like this young lady is. She's isn't a teacher, but she's a dance instructor. And a part of that again is because of the lack of respect that is taught in the child. A lot of the new age children aren't being taught. The new generation, they're not being taught to respect elders in general. They're not being taught to respect your authority. When I release you to this teacher or to the school or to this instructor, whatever the case may be, you are to listen to them damn near like you listen to me, except for if they're trying to make you do something that's questionable, that you think may cause you harm, or is uncomfortable, something of that, along the lines of abuse, which you should have those type of conversations with your children, being touched inappropriately, being saying certain things being said to you that's inappropriate. Of course, you got to have those conversations, even at a young age. If your children are being put around other people for long periods of time, whether it's public school, curricular, extracurricular activity, whatever the case may be, you should have those sort of conversations. You can dumb it down, or make it. You don't have to be vulgar with it or anything like that, but make it digestible enough for them to understand. Like, certain things are red flags. Understood. But outside of that, they should be listening to the teachers. And that's the number one reason is because it's a safety issue. Like, we can, even if you want to say to hell with respect, even though they should be respecting these adults, it's also a safety issue. If something happens to your children, if you leave, a lot of people will drop their children off to dance class, whatever the case may be, leave, run some errands, and then come back and get them. Okay. Some parents will sit there and watch the whole time. You have some parents to do that because they have like observation rules, or they have like chairs or something they can sit inside. For sure. But also, it's like, for the parents that are trusting these teachers to hold their children, to watch their children, to teach their children for these certain amounts of times, and they're absent, you have to understand that if something happens, that teacher is going to be responsible for those children, for your child. And so with that responsibility requires respect, requires them having to listen to that teacher, because if something happens and they say, look, everybody need to get on the floor, crawl under the desk, everybody need to come in the closet, and they're like, why? I don't want to do that. I want to play. I want to do this. and their mind is everywhere, is concerned about everything except for what the teacher is trying to tell them, that could cost them their life. Point blank period. You got school shooters out here. Yeah, it's not happening every day, but nigga, it happened enough for you to for you to know that your child needs to know that they gotta listen to their damn teacher. Okay. And so even with just that, that should be enough motivation right there for you to want to teach your child some level of respect or some level of, understanding authority, understanding when to listen. You know what I'm saying? But again, these mothers are so, and it's a part of this is because a lot of these mothers are young. A lot of and even if I would say even a part of this is not only just because the mothers are young, but because the teachers are young. A lot of children naturally have a wanting, or at least like almost like an instinctive nature to respect elders. Like when they see grandpas, great uncles, or older uncles and things of that nature, when you have an older family, you're more prone to respect the elders anyways, because a lot of times, especially if you have a younger parent, your parents in the early 20s, early 30s, they still show that level of respect for the elders. You know what I'm saying? Like their grandmother might stay, girl, I know you ain't cursing in my house, especially for FBAs. They might still get checked by the elders. So that the child will automatically kind of pick up on that, even if that's not something that's being said verbally. It's kind of being showed, and so children will kind of pick up on that, even if they're not. Like, even when they just feel the presence, older people, like especially the wise ones, the elders, it's a certain energy they just have with them. It's like, especially the mother, the women, it's like a motherly, wise, just authoritative, stern, yet also loving energy that they automatically have. You know what I'm saying? You talk to some of the older FBA sisters, the aunties, the great aunts, the grandmas, like a lot of them, it's just like it don't have to be said. It's kind of just understood. Even if you're young, you just feel that, okay, I can't really get up out of line. I can't go too far left. I can't raise my voice. I can't do too much with this lady because I already know she ain't going for it, And so you got that with the older parents and older teachers, specifically older teachers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't remember none of my damn teachers being younger than like 35. Not that I can remember that. I mean, no offense if any of them ever come across my content. Like, girl, I was 25 when I was teaching you. I'm my bad. To me, you came off like 30, 35, 40. Okay. I didn't get that. I never felt that comfortable with my teachers, okay, to do that. Even the ones that I was bad in their classes with and like, I knew what I was doing. I knew I shouldn't have been disrespecting this teacher. I knew I shouldn't have been in middle school. Everybody got their little phase. Yeah, I knew I should have been talking to this teacher like that. I knew, like, what I'm saying? I know when my mother got home, she gonna slap the shit out of my ass because I knew I was wrong. What I'm saying? I shouldn't be talking to no teacher like this. But that's because I had an understanding that these people were not on my level. You know what I'm saying? And so even with those teachers I did get out of line, it wasn't too hard for them to kind of put the foot down and snap not only myself but the whole classroom back in order, because there was still a certain level of respect that everybody in the classroom had for them. With these younger teachers, a lot of the new age teachers, even the new age parents, there's this new thing where it's like, I want to be friends. Everybody want to be friends with their parents. Shout out to Afro. We were just talking about this inside the new Young Love show on HBO Max. They show that, versus with the younger parents and older parents. But like the younger generations with these children, whether you're a teacher, or instructor, or a parent, they all want to be friends. Everybody want to be friends with their kids. They want to be liked by their children. And it's like parenting, dealing with children, raising children, instructing children, teaching children. None of that has to do anything with them liking you. Okay, that's a plus. That it might be, you might have a better environment if they actually like you, sure. But should that be your number one concern, that the child likes you? No. Your number one concern is that they should respect you, that they're listening to you, and that they feel at least a level of comfort with you, that they can be themselves or be vulnerable if something happens. They have a level of trust. That's the better word. A better level of trust, a high level of trust with you. Those should be at the forefront of your relationship with the children. Okay, now if they like you, that should come. Look, that shit can come later. They're gonna learn. They're gonna like, especially for the parents. They ain't never gonna like you. They're gonna love you. Okay, at the end of the day, they're gonna be all right. I promise. But the teachers, I can understand a little bit more because they're. You want to feel like you're closer to the children and things like that. So you want them, like, I can understand that more, especially with them being young. I can understand that more. But again, even with the teachers, that's not a priority. Like your likability is not a priority. It's if your child, people are sending their children to school to learn. Is my child learning? I don't give a damn if she don't like you at all. You could be the meanest teacher in the world. And just because they don't like you don't mean you mean. But you can be the meanest teacher in the world. As long as that child is learning from you, I don't see what a parent is complaining at. Okay? If the child is learning, if the child is growing, if the child is being productive, this shouldn't be no issue. Okay? I done had mean teachers before. I done got through it and been over it. You only what they asked for like a year. They'll be all right. I promise. Ain't nothing trauma. As long as the teacher ain't out there being abusive or traumatizing the kids, who the hell cares? Okay, they don't got to be the most liked teacher in the world. But that is another reason why some of these teachers fall short on the respect aspect, is because they're so worried about being liked. They don't realize that these kids like their friends. These kids don't give a damn about respecting their friends, though. That's not, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to likability with children, they don't put that on the same level as respect. I can like you a lot. I love you. You're so much fun. I'd be so happy. We get to dance. We get to eat snacks. We get to watch movies. I like this teacher a lot. But if you want something don't go my way, once something I don't like something else, once I don't want to do something, once it's time to work, and you tell me, oh, now it's time to calm down, time to do this, and I don't want to listen because I'm still in this mood, I still want to do that. Now I'm unhappy with you because now you're doing something that I don't like. Now you're doing something that I don't like. So now I don't like you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that shouldn't be at the forefront of a lot of these teachers' minds, but it is. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I think the older teachers was a little bit more stable, a little better for some of these children, because they weren't so worried about being like that. Like I said, I had plenty of teachers that they didn't like. They didn't give a damn. Okay. But also, again, I mean, well, not also, but moreover, let me say, because she also talks about the sexuality in the young girls and little 5-year-olds coming in and singing "Sexy Red" and things of that nature. Baby, I believe her. Like, I'm not even questioning this because I've literally heard young girls going around talking about ski. Like, I've heard these children singing this firsthand. Okay, so I know that she's probably not lying. Let me say, I'm not gonna say I know, but she's probably not lying, because I've heard this shit not only in real life, I've seen it on the internet. Matter of fact, I've seen teachers. It was a viral video of a teacher going around, and it was like, this is how I get my class attention. And she was like, if you see me and you trying to say what's up, the whole class, this is elementary school she was teaching. Ski? What? In an elementary school? They singing Ski? A Sexy Red song? What? You know, so I believe it. You know what I'm saying? To say the least. But a lot of that has to do, again, it goes back to the parenting. These mothers will allow their children to be listening to anything. A lot of these mothers are neglectful. A lot of these new age mothers are very neglectful. And they will give their child a phone or iPad and let them swipe up and keep swiping up on YouTube. And I done told y'all plenty damn times about this damn YouTube. Don't let your kids get up on this fucking YouTube by themselves. There's a lot of shit up here. Okay, my niece used to scroll through YouTube all the time till her parents realized, hey, look, it's some shit on there that she shouldn't be watching. Okay, she should not be on YouTube. That's what I said. I'm just saying. It's stuff on YouTube that she should not be. Same thing with TikTok. It's stuff on there that children just should not be seeing. Okay, I sat up there and watched her one time while she was scrolling on the TV. She was scrolling with the Xbox or whatever. And, you know, kids stuff, music, nothing crazy, cooking stuff, nothing crazy. Out of nowhere, Sukihana pops up. I lied to you not. Wow, it's a bunch of children's content going through her, and this is on YouTube Shorts. This isn't on kids' YouTube, but on YouTube Shorts, because that's what kids will do too, is scroll on YouTube Shorts. And it's a bunch of kids stuff, then Sukihana pops up. Scroll again. Then what was it that popped up? Some sort of like it was like a sound. I forgot, some sort of sound that was like real sexually explicit though. Like a song or something that pops up. I'm like, keep scrolling. You know what I'm saying? Because they'll just chuck it in their algorithm slowly but surely. You know what I'm saying? Very, spaced out to make you think, you know, because parents will just come in and check looks and make sure their child's going to keep looking, or maybe keep an ear out if they on YouTube or something, just to make sure they're good. But you'll zone out. You'll get on your phone and start scrolling. You'll get back to work. You'll start doing laundry. You'll start talking on the phone. And those little moments when you walking away or when you not paying attention, they're getting programming. They're listening to Ski. They listen to Pound Town. All this shit is going viral on TikTok and YouTube. All these sounds they're hearing. You know what I'm saying? Or they hearing it at school. One of their friends that played it. Something of that nature. But the children are getting it. very easily. It's not hard for them to find this sexually explicit content. Unfortunately, it's not hard at all. You know what I'm saying? Even for a 5-year-old, it's not hard at all. You know, but again, these parents, the women, the mothers, are not as protective, not as attentive to these children as they should be. Because if they were, they would not even have an idea who the hell Sexy Red is, let alone be walking around screaming ski outside of. Oh, well, I heard it at school. It was some of the kids at school. You know, this is certain things you can't control. They said it at school, one of their friends said it, whatever the case may be. But they didn't personally hear it. They ain't going to turn on a song and they like, oh, this is my song. Because you're not playing it. But some of these mothers, along with being neglectful along with being neglectful, they would also promote this within their child, within their daughters. They're playing Sexy Red, thinking, oh, well, she don't understand what it means. She did it, and to her, it's just ski. She just saying it because it sound catchy. To her, she don't really understand, so it's not that big of a deal. She listens to it. So some of these mothers are playing this shit with children in the car. They on YouTube watching the videos while the children right beside them. They scrolling on YouTube, scrolling on TikTok or making TikToks to these sounds and allowing the children to be in the video or watching. The children are not far from them when they're making these videos, so they see that they're participating in the challenges. Like, all of that affects the child. All of that affects how they view this sexually explicit content and how they're open to it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm like, all of the issues that she listed, I'm really not surprised. It's really saddening to see, especially because she seems like she does want to genuinely help the children. Like, she seemed like she was genuinely kind of hurt and surprised that these type of things was happening. And that she tried to actually address it and try to do things about it, but the parents is not really helping her, because a lot of these parents, again, they get real defensive. A lot of parents, you tell them something about their child, is, oh, no, I know my child. I know he'll never do that. Or, well, why ain't you do da-da-da-da? It's like, it's not addressing the actual problem. You need to guide your child. You need to discipline your child before they come in this classroom. They should not have to come to they should not come to my classroom and I'm starting from ground zero. Like, no, they should already know a couple things about respect, about authority, about listening to me, about listening in general, about paying attention, about, things of that nature. The groundwork should be done. No, it takes a village, I understand. So, of course, they're going to have to put in some work. You might have your moments, your slips up. They children, okay? They're going to still do the things, okay? They're going to still act out sometimes, still get curious, still be emotional. Things that nature, they're growing, they're learning. So you're going to deal with that. It comes with the job. But for you to have simple things like you telling a little girl to sit down, she not sitting down and saying, my mama ain't got to do it. And then she go to the mama, and the mama is like, oh, well, she didn't want to sit right there, so why didn't you tell her somewhere? So it's like, that's simple things where it's like, I stand behind these teachers and these people that work with these children, where it's like, you got to hold, at this point, you got to go over the child. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get that you want to help the child, but you got to go over the child. They can't come back to my classroom no. I'm 100% behind that, because these parents got to know, all right, you want me to deal with this shit? Well, you deal with your child. You know how they act. You think how she was behaving was okay. Well, then you deal with it. Don't bring that to my classroom, because you're not about to take away what I can do for these other children that are here and ready to listen, because you don't want to discipline your child at home. Like, that's or correct your child, however you want to look at it. That's not I'm not dealing with that. Okay, I didn't choose to bring this child to the world to raise her and groom her and correct her. That's not what you would. That ain't what I did. You made that decision. So don't put your job on me, or don't make my job harder because you lacking in your job. So yeah, teachers, you better put your damn foot down. Okay, these young teachers, especially these young teachers, y'all better put y'all foots down. Okay, I'm behind y'all. All right. Put your foots down. Don't take this nonsense from these parents. If you got to kick the child out to keep until that parent get it together, maybe give them a second chance later on if they get together, whatever the case may be. But stand 10 toes, stand on business with these parents, because some of these parents are just not. They're not. And it's sad that it's going to affect the child, but at the end of the day, you didn't choose to bring that child into the world. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's only so much you can do for that child, especially if they do not listen to you. So don't take away from other children when you know that this one child is just not, because of what he's going through at home, whatever the case may be, it's not going to click. It's not going to click. Okay, that ain't your job. Okay, there's actually specialists, counselors, therapists, whose job specifically that is for children. Okay, that ain't your job. All right. So I mean, I feel for the young lady. I feel for a lot of these young teachers. But yeah, you know, y'all gotta stand 10 toes. And if you can wait, try to wait a little bit longer to get around these children. Because I get, you know, unless you're already, again, you've been around children, you know how to be stern with children without being, you know, abrasive, you know, without borderline verbally abusive. You still know how to be stern with children and get your respect and still work with children, even having still some level of likability with the children. You know, they still rock with you. Then, you know, continue to do what you do, and I wish you the best on your journey. But for a lot of these youngins, a lot of these young teachers or instructors, some of y'all need to wait. Give it to you about 25. This girl's only 22. Give it to at least you about 25. Get you a little more patience, a little more wisdom, a little more, you know, a little more just knowing of yourself, you know, before you get around these kids. These kids, okay, will have you questioning your damn self because they question you. Okay, so just maybe give it to about 25, maybe 30. Maybe even 30, to be honest, like real life. Some of these people, y'all might need to wait for 30. Wait till 30, okay? But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Again, follow me. Don't forget. If it's on this side, I don't know. I forgot. I gotta run it back and see. But follow me. Instagram, Twitter, all right there. Everything else on the bottom, scrolling across. YouTube, subscribe. Make sure you like. Leave me a comment, please. Let me know what your thoughts are. You know, what did you think about her rant? You know, have you seen this in real life? Have you seen other children, whether it's your child or other children you've been around, be this disrespectful? Have you seen parents make excuses for it or not do anything about it? You know, have you seen the hypersexuality in some of these young girls? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Other than that, baby, that's all I got. I appreciate y'all. Be one. Bye.